I wouldn't say desperation, but the level of need to win this game, I think it was very high, and like I said, to be on the court at that time, it speaks volumes.
Darvin was telling us, obviously you made the switch to the starting lineup. They wanted you to be real shot aggressive off the bench. You ended up with 16 points. Just what's your mindset, and does it shift at all if the role's adjusted as it was tonight?
I mean, it does allow me to be more aggressive with the second unit, but at the end of the day, my job's still the same, to do whatever it is to help win as many ball games as possible. So whether that's starting or off the bench, can't be salty about it. You got to be a professional and then do what you got to do to make it work.
What's the challenge that Jalen Brunson presents, and how did you guys limit him more effectively in that fourth quarter?
He's super quick, very dynamic when he's getting left, and that's one adjustment I made after halftime, is just trying to force him right as much as possible. And even though I did, he still had very, very tough plays, but at the end of the day, definitely slowed him down, and we started hitting off the reds in the fourth quarter too, which slowed him down and forced him to get off the ball and make other players make plays.
What turned the game around in the fourth quarter? You were down 6 when the period began.
Like I said, just forcing other players to make plays. You got to realize Brunson runs that team. He takes all the big shots. He takes all the end of shot clock shots, those last 5 minutes of ball games. Well, from what I've watched, and today we just made other people make plays.
How about winning 2 big road games from Boston and New York? 2 tough teams, 2 tough places.
Yeah, 100%. But at the end of the day, we know we can beat anybody in the league when we come ready and prepared. So that's the mindset we got to go in with and continue to build.
A lot of work on the perimeter, a lot of blitzing, as you mentioned. You and Max in Austin. What about AD in the back line and LeBron as well down the stretch there?
I think that's why we're able to blitz and throw out different coverages of that sort, because of the type of defensive presence AD brings and the cerebral IQ that Bron has, and he's always talking. Same with AD. So having those guys on your back line while you fly around and try to be aggressive and make things happen, they make up for a lot of our, I guess you could say, mistakes when we overhelp or just playing a little too hard in certain situations, and they do a good job of picking us up.
Thanks, Ron.
Victory here in New York. Believe you played the entire fourth quarter. Defense was outstanding. Held them to 10 points until the final minute. What did it take on that end, and what was the key for you?
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of good players on the offensive side. You got DiVincenzo, Brunson, and a bunch of guys that can really score. And for us, we needed to lock in. You know, we were scoring the ball at a pretty high clip, but they were scoring it as well. So, you know, for us, our DNA is, get stops on defense. I think we did a really good job of that in the fourth.
On the ball, off the ball, some traps. So what was the plan from the coaches, and what did you have to execute as a guard in that scheme in the fourth?
Yeah, I mean, we really just want to get the ball out of Brunson's hands. He still played really well.
Mistakes don't exist.
He still played really, really well, but we wanted to make other players beat us. You know, they hit a lot of threes, but I think at the end, especially at the end, we contested really well at the rim, and we rotated well off those blitzes, and we got a bunch of big rebounds, so that was a key.
I know a lot of basketball players think about playing in a game like this with this much energy. Knicks in a 9-game winning streak. You got LeBron and AD out there. What did it feel like to just be in there for the big moments?
It was really cool, man. This is a really, really good experience to, close out a really important game in the Garden, and let alone get a win against a really, really good team. You know, it felt really, really good, especially coming in, being a young player and experiencing it this early. So I had a really good time.
I mentioned your perimeter D. How about Anthony Davis inside anchoring things in that fourth?
I mean, yeah, he had a bunch of big rebounds, really, and then a bunch of big blocks as well. And so he was huge for us down the stretch. I mean, without him, they would have scored a bunch of points. And so defensively, he was a monster.
Last one for you. A couple of tough road losses, Houston, Atlanta. You guys rally to win in Boston. Now tonight, we'll see what happens with Vanderbilt and when he can come back, if at all. How do you guys kind of move forward now from this and try to carry some momentum?
I think it's next man up. And I mean, we carry the momentum from these 2 games, 2 really big wins on the road against 2 really good teams, in the NBA. And so you just got to carry this momentum forward and, continue to win more games.
Appreciate it, Max.
Yeah, appreciate you. Yes, sir.